Hello, 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 everyone. I hope everybody is good. I'm going to wait here a few minutes to see if anybody shows up. My name is Patty, by the way, and I am an empath. I am a very intuitive empath, and I enjoy doing these videos for you guys. A lot of it is actually very intuitive, not for me. I'm just the conduit. So we'll wait for just a few seconds and see if anybody else shows up. So if you are on, and we'll say this again here in a second, if you are on, you're very welcome to ask questions or let me know where you're from. I would love to know where you're from. So just pop in, say hello. I'd love to see who all my viewers are, see where you guys are watching from. Hope you bring a friend, or while you're waiting, text a friend and say, hey, come on board, or share with somebody, or actually subscribe if you'd like what you're seeing. I think shortly right after this video, I am actually going to do a video on empaths and becoming, well, knowing when you are an empath and all the things that you are going to encompass if you do become an empath, or if you know you're an empath, I should say, because an empath, usually you're born with it, or you are awakened to those abilities later in life. So anyway, let's get started. So like for those of you that are just popping in, I appreciate you coming in. Welcome, welcome. And this is going to be an overview from September 1st through the 15th. Now, you'll probably hear me talk about the planets a little bit too. This is for all signs, but if you have questions, go ahead and pop them in. I may wait a little bit, but no, I will get to you definitely. So this is for the 1st through the 15th of September. So just to recap from August, we came from an area of WTH. You might say F, but I say H. What the heck? We don't know what's going on. We don't know what's happening. We don't have really good direction. We don't have where we're going with it and that kind of thing with what's going to happen in September. We have no idea. So coming from those energies, the planets are actually really changing. Mars is actually going to be opposing, Mars is actually coming in the first part of September. And at the end of August, we actually had energies of like, what the heck? But we also have this passion growing and this desires that are growing. And that is going to continue to happen in the beginning of September. Your passions and desires are going to continue to grow. And then on the 9th of September, they're really going to intensify. They're going to really, really intensify to the fact that Mars is now in a retrograde. And in this retrograde, this is all about intimacy. This is all about our ambitions, and it is just going to fire up. So be ready for that. Now, it might be ambitions of something you want to do, something you want to grow, something you want to learn on, but it could be relationship ambitions, if you know what I mean. So watch for those. Watching, I'm going back to my notes because there is where the planets, they usually don't come into one month at one time. Well, they do in Virgo. So usually a stellium is 3 planets that come into like 1 month. But this in September, we have 5 planets coming in at 1 month. So there is a whole lot of action going on. And that means that we're going to be really, really focused. So we're going into Virgo. So Virgo is very, very focused, almost pinpoint focused. So, and that is just something that you're going to see from the first part of September. So just know that whatever the energies you're feeling, like if you're really trying to focus in on something, that's what you want to be doing. Not a whole bunch of things, because around the 5th to the 9th, that's when Mercury comes into play. And I think it's Mercury. Let me double check my notes. Yeah. oh, excuse me, Saturn. Yeah, Saturn and Mercury, they come into play there, but that's more stability. So we're trying to stabilize on really focusing in on what we are thinking about and honing in on. And that's what Virgos do. I mean, we hone in. I'm a Virgo. So we hone in. A lot of people think we're rude or cold or that kind of thing. Actually, if you're not in my sight, it's really not that I'm ignoring you, it's just I'm focused. We're very, very focused kind of sign. So yeah, definitely. So the energies, I'm pulling some energies from the oracles here for the first 15 days of September. And so those first 15 days are actually going to be really intense. They're going to be all about ambition and passion and growing and really sort of revving up is what it's going to be. So for the first couple of energies we have out for the first of the month is a metamorphosis, which is really, really true because we're going from August into the energies of September. The metamorphosis is we're going from the what the heck stage to like, okay, now I'm really focused in what I want and what I want to do, or I really need to focus in what I want to do, because in all actuality, the rest of the first through the 15th is about Golden Palace and flying. Golden Palace is about getting that abundance and getting and growing to what that want. And this is a little bit of a matter of the heart now going on. So those are things that are going to be in flying. Well, you know what flying is. You're like, whoo, I'm on cloud 9. I feel really, really good. So you got to be watching those energies. And we won't have to worry about that new moon until after the 15th because the new moon comes in on the 17th of September. So we're actually going to see that in the later part. So also too during the weekend of the 8th, that, what is it, the 6th, 7th, 8th, something like that. That weekend, you're going to just sort of like get an overabundance of, I keep forgetting there's a holiday coming up in here, because it doesn't matter to me because of what I do. But that 6th, 7th, 8th, there's going to be an overabundance of energy. Like, let's get it done. Let's go get this done. Let's do this done. Let's that. So if you're out doing something, if there's going to be this energy that you want to sort of like do it all, get it all kind of thing. So that's sort of exciting about there. Just so you know, when Mars is going to go into the retrograde on the 9th, then that's where we actually have more power, more energies coming, and it's going to seem like very intense because when the planets are slower, they're more powerful when they come into a retrograde. So Mars is going to be a slower moving planet. It's going to be a lot more powerful. So be ready for that. All right. So that's sort of where I'm looking at here. That's where I'm going to say the general of the planets are going. So I don't know how many of you out there like that kind of stuff and like to hear all that. But that's just sort of part of the energies that need to come into play because, you know, the planets do move. Earth does move around the sun. You know, we always think the sun moves around the Earth. No, the Earth moves around the sun. Anyway. So we first card out for now remember this is 1st through the 15th of September. So Wheel of Fortune. We have the Wheel of Fortune. And then it looks like we have the 6 of Swords. So there could be some movement. There could be some travel. There could be somebody going somewhere. Somebody's actually studying something. Of course, you know, this is the time when school starts. So if you're in that age, somebody's traveling away. Somebody could be sort of like leaving and don't want people to know they're leaving as well, is what I'm getting some energies of someone. They're just like, can you just take me and not tell anybody and, you know, let me ship off kind of thing. So, and again, that might be something that is a transition to somebody, a metamorphosis, a growing into a new life, a new thing. For example, if somebody's been abused enough that they're fear for their life, now they have to go change their identity, change and move and do that kind of stuff. That's metamorphosing into something that it was not intended. But what happens is then we turn into this beautiful butterfly where we can be free, be happy, and joy. So wherever this is, I mean, this is like our children. When we say, you know, break those apron strings and fly away, then, you know, allow them to fly. We let them fly because that's the whole idea. Spread your wings and fly. Become who you want to be. And that's sort of an energy here that I'm getting. Somebody needs to break away from their old life and create a new life. This could be for somebody else. So download is that intuition tells me somebody is breaking an addiction. So when we break an addiction, we actually go into a completely different life because we're so used to medicating our feelings, right? So that in order for a new life to begin, and this is where your abundance grows. Now, the Golden Palace is all about abundance, and you're getting what you deserve as far as good things, good blessings, rewards. But during these first 15 days, this could be a completely like a freeing feeling. This could be, you know, our abundance doesn't have to be a monetarily thing. Our abundance can be an emotional thing. Our abundance could be a love thing. And let me tell you, when you get that freedom, when you do get that freedom and you do get that growth of some abundance, you feel light. You feel like the burdens are lifted, right? When you actually do that. So that's why some people want to self-medicate, is they want to escape from the burdens, but it actually doesn't bring that light, airy release. It only brings a temporary numbing. And yeah, you might get high and feel good for a few minutes, but when it comes back, when you come back down, you don't have that freeing peace. The only way you can get that freeing peace is actually from your divine, from the creator. I call God. It's the only place you can get peace, and that's the only place you will grow your spirit from. Anything unseen, anything invisible, because anything invisible has a reaction to the visible. So that's a little complicated, but anyway. Page of Swords. We have Page of Swords coming out. So an offering, something new coming towards your way, something to do to hopefully keep unity together. The sword can actually divide and separate. Queen of Wands. Sometimes she can be a little bit of a So she's a very confident person, very independent, sometimes too independent, I think. So you're looking at maybe somebody's morphing. I think this is for somebody young out there. They're morphing into independence. They're also looking at all the opportunities of the world that they're going to be given, the Wheel of Fortune. They're also looking at not only that, but possibly travel. You know, sometimes when we're younger or even when we're older, I know people like they got a nice unemployment check, and rather than putting it away, let's go take a trip, you know, that kind of thing. So those kind of things got to look at. But there is an offering here. I think this has to do with a young person is traveling, growing their life, starting their life, and it's a beginning. So this is a beginning. I get for the first 15 days, somebody is starting a new, fresh life. Yes! I love that feeling. I love that feeling. But remember, we always have a little bit of the dark side because, not dark side, but the side that we could do bad or naughty things on. Everybody has it, so don't say you don't have one. Everybody has it, but we want to make sure that those don't get tripped up because we want to stay positive and in the light. We want our resources and our questions to be answered from the divine. So whoever this is for, that's growing and moving, and maybe they're not physically moving, but they're like, yes, you know what, I'm going to do this. You know what, screw this. I'm going to go for it. And yeah, so we have the Nine of Cups, which is the wish card, which in the very beginning of September, that is what's happening. Our passion, our desires, everything like that is coming forth. So that little, I don't know if you guys watched your signs, but I talk about planting the seed in the end of August. So the end of August was a lot of seed planting. And when we plant that seed, we can't see it in the dark. We can't see it growing in the earth. But this is now where you can actually begin to see it above the earth. This little plant, this little bud. You don't know what it is, though, because it's metamorphosing into something, but we can't see. And for example, if this is you and what you're wishing for, or if this is like, yes, you know, a celebration card, when that little plant comes above the earth, if it's an oak tree, if it's a strawberry, if it's whatever, you can't tell what it is because those little leaves look all the same until it really starts growing, right? That's what's happening here. That's what's happening here in the first part of September. That seed is beginning to grow. By the time we hit the 15th, we got that plant above the ground now. We're starting to tell it's a little bit different. We're getting some stability in there. It's getting a little hardier. It's not just falling over in the wind, or when the rain hits it, it just falls because it's so weak. It's becoming a little bit stronger. So towards the 15th of the month, that's what's going to be happening. But right now, what are you wishing for? I'm going to say this. So the 1st of September, it's all about focus. Focus, 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 focus. 1st through the 10th-ish, 9th. Right when that retrograde is going to happen on the 9th. This is a focus. This is a time to focus in on what you actually want, desire. And that seed needs to be planted quickly so that you can actually grow it. All right? You have to grow that seed. You have to water it. You have to nurture it. You have to weed the garden, that kind of thing. So, yeah. So for those of you, if you're coming on, I appreciate it. I've already started for the 1st through the 15th, given some planetary things. I said in the very beginning, if you are on, you're very welcome to come on and tell me where you're from. I love that. And also, too, to ask a question if you like. So if you're just coming on, I appreciate if you subscribe or share, tell somebody that you're here. I'm going to be doing this. I'm also going to be doing a live becoming an empath, or understanding your empath as a beginning empath or a new empath here a little bit later tonight. So I hope you enjoy this. So we're doing really good in the very beginning of the month. We're actually planting. We're making sure that there's enough fertilizer in the soil, because when we metamorph into that beautiful butterfly, when we grow that, this is where we begin. So this is going to happen probably around the 15th. So when you start seeing things happen, that's probably going to be around the 15th of September. So this is going to be just sort of the beginning of September. It's going to be a lot of hot passion, a lot of ambition, a lot of energy. You're going to have a lot of energy to do things and grow and grow. All right. All right, yeah. This is where the hard work is. This is where we're getting ready for the rest of the month. So this is a good thing. This is where we are going to be ready. And the Ace of Swords, another offering, because we have the Page of Pentacles as well. So there is an offering coming, and it should actually be in the very first part of the month, because this is all about emotions. This is all about it's a very hot sexual type feeling kind of thing is ambition. So it's very like heated is what I can say. All right. But that's where those energies are coming from. Yeah. So divine, please show me any clarification on this. Give me a clarification on the Golden Palace, please. I'd like some clarification on the Golden Palace, if you can do that, or if there's somebody else that needs to come through. Okay, to please verify. Okay, so remember I said that this golden palace, so our rewards and everything doesn't have to be financial, doesn't have to be money. Sometimes it is. Sometimes we get a nice bonus. Sometimes we get a promotion. Sometimes we get, you know, things of financial. This one here is going to be more of the heart, more of love. Like I said, this is a month of passion. There's a gnat flying around. Month of passion, month of heart, month of desires and ambition. So this is somebody who actually cares for you, because you've known. I don't know who this is. Maybe, and I'm going to say probably around the 9th or the retrograde, this will happen. It's more of a pure friendship. It's not one that's, you know, based off of, I hate to say it, sexuality. This is more of a pure friendship, one that's very giving and receiving very equally. That is a good thing. This is something that actually, a friendship, it could be a friendship that's blossoming into a relationship. This could be just somebody from your past, an old schoolmate, or it could be somebody that you've run into, or maybe you were working and you ran into somebody. This, I feel, is more of an international connection. I don't know why, but I just hear international, maybe because there's so much. The only thing is, internationally, I question, is because, well, they can reach out through emails and, you know, calls and Zooming and all that kind of stuff. They may reach out that way because internationally there's a lot of closed countries still. So I know I'm waiting for Japan to open up so we can go. I'm ready to go. I want to go back to Japan for a while. So that's, I'm feeling that's going to be around the 9th or so. Oh. So somebody has some heartbreak coming up. But it doesn't mean that, you know, this is a bad thing. I'm interested, or maybe, Okay. All right. Thank you. I hate hearing this. So somewhere, this is for not for everybody, but this probably will resonate with somebody, because I kept hearing international, international, international. So somebody you have not met that you have been talking to over the internet. You may think you have a lot of things that are like, oh, we have a lot in common. Ooh, he likes me. I like him. You know, I can't wait for the doors to open up so we can travel and meet each other. But, man, they're not being truthful. They're not being truthful at all. So Divine has asked me to share, and I don't like to share this, but this is for somebody between the 1st and the 15th. And I don't know who this specifically is for, but this international love, this international romance, this kind of thing, that's what I studied in criminal justice, and that's my forte: romance scams, fraud, K-1 visa scams, all that kind of stuff. And whenever the Divine says, you know, international, hello, international, here we go again. He just wants me to share that with you. And I have helped people all over the world stop from being scammed. And every time, everyone will say, well, that's somebody else. That's not me. That's somebody else. That's not me. That's not the same. This isn't the same. And it is the same, because later they come back sometimes with their tail between their legs. And, you know, I never, ever, ever have poo-pooed anybody or shamed anybody, because you know what? They're very good at what they do. They're very good at what they do. They want to get here or in a different country, and they're very good. And once they get there, once they step their foot onto the country that they wanted to go to, whether it be England, whether it be UK, whether it be USA, whether it be South America, wherever, they won. They won. They did it. They've got coaches. They've got all this kind of stuff. So for whoever this is, yeah, then you're saying it's not me. He loves me. She loves me. I'm going to ask you, what's the age difference? If it's more than 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. It's not true. They're just there to get the green card. Why I know, I also have firsthand knowledge, because when I was studying, I actually took upon a gentleman to see if he was being true. And when I visited Africa and saw the whole scam, I was like, okay, yeah. And they will profess, their families will be in on it, their friends will be in on it, everybody will be in on it. So, sorry to burst somebody's bubble, but you're going to get the truth from me. You're not going to get lies, and I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. So from the very, whoever this is for, I'm really sorry. You can always email me one-on-one, and I'll share how you can tell, and I can tell you right now, 99.1% are false. Yeah. So, yeah. I know women and men both that have been hurt, lost thousands and thousands of dollars, and they do get children involved. Unfortunately, your kids. And they do have kids with you. That's part of the 38 things that they need to do to make sure that they succeed in all that they want to do. And it's all based on the bottom dollar. Yeah. So this does have to do with somebody that may be international. I'll give you another thing for whoever this is, I don't know, is if you are being asked to go visit their country because they can't, you will not be able to get a visa unless you go there. So that should be the big thing for you, is if they can't travel to the United States or whatever country that they want to go to, why? Why is it they can't travel? And that's another thing, because if they're being true and honest, Africans or wherever, it's mostly Africa, they can go, they can get school, they can get stuff, but the poorest of the poor will just find a way to manipulate to get where they're going. And they'll rake you in, and they will damage. And you can come at me. Go ahead and come at me and say, well, you're judging everybody. No, I'm not. But I can definitely guarantee when I know you're being scammed. I hate to see people lose money. All right, that was for somebody. Sorry, you guys, that took so long, but that is definitely, now if the divine wants me to bring more of that into it, I will. I will never question him and what his ways, because his ways are not my ways. So let's see where the other energies are. Oh, yeah, definitely. Okay. So we have the devil. Devil's trying to split something. He is definitely trying to split something up. There is some type of splitting. First through the 15th. So you've got two different things going on here, just so you know. So something is morphing, and something is morphing not in a good way. And something is morphing in a good way. So you've got two different scenarios going on here. So I don't know which one you are, but if you're going to school, if you're getting things morphed into a better life, better understanding, you are going to fly. You are going to get your rewards. You are going to get everything that is coming. And that's why it's so important, so important for you guys to really sit there and focus on the 1st through the 15th. What your really intentions and what your future wants to be for your future. So for those of you that are in a job change, into a school change, into growing, leaving an addiction, getting into a healthy life, leaving a bad eating life, you're overweight, too much, your health isn't good, you're morphing and transforming into a healthier life. Whew, I am feeling so many good vibrations for you, so many good energies. I've got goosebumps all over me. That means that is where the divine wants you to be, in good, healthy standing, in love, light, and truth. And I can't say that enough. This other situation, this is the problem. He is the problem. He is going to divide. He is going to ruin. He is going to make sure that that gets broken. This spirit he's trying to break your spirit. He is trying to tell you, don't listen to her. Don't listen to her. She doesn't know what she's talking about. Yeah, right. But see this chain holding those two people? It's very loose. It's very loose. And you can actually break that chain from him and stop emailing, stop contacting him, stop talking to them, whoever they are, wherever they are. Or send them my way, because I know how to clear them up. Because any money that you have sent them or anything like that, it's gone. Don't think you're going to ever get any of your money back. Don't ever think that. I mean, these scams, even when I started, way before I started criminal justice, they started when I owned my business in 2005. And very, very cunning, very, very cunning. And my Japanese Aikido sensei, he screamed at me that I dropped all my guards. And I did. I did. So red flags, pay attention to those red flags, because those two scenarios, honey, or gentleman, or whoever you are, you ain't going to be flying. You're going to be flying very short until they take you down. Very, very short. You've worked too hard. You've worked too hard. You're watching over everything that you're doing. You work too hard. You deserve this wish, but you deserve it with someone that actually is truly in love with you. Not somebody that you have to question, are they doing it for their money? I could tell you several people that this has happened to, and they've all left. They've all left. And they'll come back when they want something, or they have an interview, or whatever, or when they're going to say, you mentally abused me. That's part of it too. They'll turn it and switch it right on you. So I'm really concerned for whoever this is for the 1st through the 15th. So if that is you, please email me. I can help. Okay, I can help. So let's go on with this. Yeah, so somebody is working towards, again, yeah, definitely, definitely. So we've got the Hermit. Okay, the Hermit is all about looking over and making sure things are, being taken care of, stepping back and analyzing. That's the Virgo again. Remember Virgo, that's the Virgo. We're focusing in on something. That's the energies of the 1st of the month. We're in Virgo. So the planets are in Virgo. And so you're actually focus. And then we're focusing on Temperance, which is balance. Okay, we want to balance that spirituality. Whenever you go questioning something in this next first part of the month, you turn over and you ask the divine. You ask God. Don't go anywhere else. People, oh man, their opinions come and go like a fart in the wind, and then they change like a fart in the wind too. One can be real stinky, and then one isn't so stinky, and then it goes back to being stinky. Sort of like eggs, eggs weren't good for us. Now they're good for us. Now they're not good for us. So really listen to your spirit. Really listen to your intuition. Definitely. And like I said, for this person in the very beginning who is changing their life through work, changing their life through, could be teaching too. You could be teaching as well. So whoever that is, you're morphing into growing your life to the next level, positive level. Think only good things towards that, because that is definitely, definitely what is coming. All right. Let's see what else we got going. Now, I know that the new moon is the 17th. So from until the 17th of September, remember, we're in the abundance. We're in the receiving end of the moon. Excuse me. I had some lasagna and it's just burping. I think tomatoes are not good for me anymore. Actually, they're not good. If you being with a nutrition and fitness degree, they're inflammatory. So as you get older, that's not good for arthritis and all that kind of stuff. So tomatoes really aren't that good for you. But I grew up Canadian French, and would mom cook all the time? She cooked with tomatoes all the time. So now I love tomatoes. Now I can't get rid of them. So anyway, so we're actually in the abundance until the full moon, till the new moon. So, and then we have the full moon actually on October 1st. So we're not going to see that until October 1st. So the new moon, and then we'll go into the full moon. So we're in the abundance phase, actually, which would make sense because we're talking about passions, ambitions, growing that little sprout up. We're getting those to grow up, right? So what else? So, oh my gosh, I cannot believe we've got two huge scenarios here. So whatever you wish for, whatever you're thinking of from now through the 15th, please be really mindful what you've asked for, because these two cards go together. And again, you've worked hard. You've worked really, really hard. You're now looking over things. You're looking at everything just like the Hermit. You're taking a peek at everything that's going on. You want to make sure you make wise choices and wise decisions. Whoa. Yeah, Nine of Swords. I'm going to say this is probably for the second person, but it could be somebody else. Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords is where you're losing sleep. You're having some night terrors. You're not sleeping good. You're not taking care of yourself very good. You're exhausted. You're emotionally exhausted because you're overthinking. So I know that I say focus on that first part of the month, but don't over focus, because sometimes we want to focus. Here's how I work as an empath. If I want to do something, I put my mind to it and I ask the divine. I'm going to focus in on this, and I say, you know what, I really want to focus in on this. If this is what I'm supposed to be focused in on, if this is what I'm supposed to be doing, help me to move forward with this. If this is not what I'm supposed to, put some roadblocks. Put some roadblocks, because the way the divine works, you have to ask specifically. So there's a couple of things that I've been working on, because the end of August, it's a what the heck kind of month. Beginning of September, we're like, okay, let's stay focused. What do I want to do? Where's my ambitions? Where's my passion? Where's my desire? So I've asked the divine to focus me in. Now, if he allows those in, and I just let it go. I don't sit there and lose sleep over it. It takes me 5 minutes to fall asleep, whether I'm in a storm, whether I'm in a challenge or whatever. Fall asleep, sleep good, not a problem. Because I have learned as an empath to release and let the divine guide it. The divine has to guide. And the way that he guides is he will open the doors or make things happen easily. If it doesn't happen easily, then he's like saying, let's put the brakes on and see. This relationship here, this international relationship, he's telling you, I'm putting the brakes on that thing. It's not in your best interest. If there are children there, do not do it. If there's any children on your side, do not do it. I will tell you, it affects them in an extremely negative way. You will have PTSD with your children. You will not be able to get them out of that without help, coaching, and you've actually just ruined it for allowing them to think that that culture is good. Even though they're one person for a whole culture, the kids are going to walk away saying, I don't believe anybody that way. It damages the kids, let me tell you. Just don't do it, please. Anyway, so the divine will actually make things for you, especially for your school, your work, and everything like that. He's going to actually make a way for you. He is actually going to make it easy for you. If it's head on, like I keep hitting these roadblocks, I keep doing this, and nothing comes through, you're not supposed to be going that way. That's not the way to go. All right. So, like in this case, you know what? I've worked to be a travel agent, and he has made everything go very smoothly toward that. Now, if he would have made roadblocks, I would have said, okay, I'm not doing it, because I have learned. I'm 60 years old. I have learned if you'll go against the spirit, go against the divine, you are stalling yourself from your journey of having rewards, happiness, and love. I'm telling you right here. All right? I'm telling you. You may think I'm nuts or crazy. You're like, oh man, I don't want to listen to her. She's all about the divine. Hello, divine warrior, intuitive. But that is the way. That is the way that if you want to believe in the universe, believe in the universe. Oh, the universe. Okay, believe in the universe. The universe is all about vibrations and energies, but the universe doesn't care about your heart. doesn't care about your heart. Your spirit does. We are spirit. We are a spirit. And that's why I am called the Divine Warrior Intuitive. Because we have to listen to our intuition. That is spirit. All right. I went off. I'm sorry. Sorry. I get heated. I get heated. All right. 5 of Swords. 5 of Swords. Again. Swords also, too, we're looking for truth. So, truth could be... truth could be somebody that is trying to ruin it for you. 5 of Swords. Somebody's jealous. Somebody's trying to ruin it. Trying to, trip you up. That's why I say you got to be really, really careful of your weaknesses, because somebody will try to trip you up. Boom. Don't let them trip you up. Don't let them trip you up. You keep focused. Again, beginning of 1st through the 15th is all about focus, focus. One thing. Don't put so many fishing poles in the water that you're down here and that fishing pole goes off and you're running to get it. And then all of a sudden, the fish is gone. Oh, crap. Now that one's moving. Get the pole. Oh, it's gone. Oh, now that one. Gone. One pole, one water. Oh, yeah. Okay. Woo, look at it. Caught myself a fish. That's the way it goes. You could miss out on beautiful, beautiful opportunities. Beautiful, beautiful opportunities. I love his expression. Knight of Pentacles. Yes, opportunities. Opportunities for career. Now this is career, school, money. Okay. Just look at that. He's so happy. He's flying. Woo! Yeah. He is winning. He's ready. 2 of Swords. Yeah. 2 of Swords. Confused. Not sure what to do. Not sure where to go. Sitting there. Got a path to take. Yeah. Got a path to take. Not sure what to do. Don't want to have heartbreak. Gosh, whoever this person is, I really want to talk to you. I really want to talk to you. I really, really do. Wow. I really, really do. Because the sword can be really beautiful. Especially, I lived in Japan. Oh my gosh, there's so many beautiful swords. But the sword can be very, very beautiful, but it also is very cunning. Very cut you like that. And that's where we have to be really mindful of the sword. Are we looking at it as a division? Are we looking at it in truth, in lies? Or it's almost like cut off the tongue, When most swords are so sharp, you would never even know you cut yourself until you looked and there's blood everywhere because they're that sharp. Yeah. Ooh, cuts like a sword. Remember that old saying? All right, Divine. Wow. So the 1st through the 15th, we got some really beautiful things metamorphosing. We've got some work, some love. There's actually love right there. There is love in that first month. Like I said, a lot of sexuality, a lot of ambition, a lot of hotness kind of thing. Then we also have work and school. We have the wish card. Whatever this month you're wishing for, be really, really mindful, careful. Look at all the red flags. Look at all the, pros and cons. Write them on your paper. This is a pros. This is the cons. What beautiful things am I going to get out of this? Or what things should I be watching for? Maybe there are still good things to have, but we got to be focused on what we want that's going to grow and better our lives. That's what this reading is all about. We've got, we got to get this back. Temperance is balance with love. And not only love, but it's also got to get that balance between earth and spirit. If somebody works too much, they're a workaholic, and they're sort of stuck. Maybe they work a job that they have to be up 24/7 or have to be get to that phone 24/7 if some client calls, or if it's on the market, or if you're in stocks or all that kind of stuff. You've got to be, because that's worldwide time differences and all that kind of stuff. There's no balance there because you can't catch a breath. So that's the thing for the 1st through the 15th. Focus in on one thing. Simplify your life. It looks like for you guys, simplify it. Focus in on one thing. Simplifying your life will get you 10 times farther than having too many things in the water. If you like a few things, put a couple of them on the back burner until after the 15th and see what transposes between the 1st and the 15th, and see what happens. See where your mind, where Virgo energies take you. Because right now you want to make sure that seed's planted and that it's going to grow to something very healthy, positive, light, and of the divine, because that is where you should be getting all your sources and your resources. So, all right, everybody, I don't see any questions, and I really hope that everybody has a great 1st through the 15th. We'll be back for the 15th through the 30th. I think it's 30th, yeah. And for those of you Virgos, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday. Even though this is not a Virgo all month, it goes into Libra. But you guys, happy birthday. And yeah, if you haven't subscribed by now, I would appreciate if you did. If you made it this far, why not, right? And then hit the bell and you'll know when I'm on live, because I'll be doing another live video today, and you can catch and see that one. If you hit the bell, it'll notify you, hey, she's on again, kind of thing. So I'm just going to take a break. My throat's been sort of sore, so I'm going to take a break and do that second video. So we will see you then, and see you on the 16th for the 16th through the 30th. Take care, guys. Thank you.